All right, welcome to the Thunder Underground podcast. My name is Trent.
My name is Jason.
And this week we've got Jamie Welch, the guitarist from Framing the Red, as our special guest. And we're going to get into all that here in a bit. Going to talk a little bit about Framing Red and then, of course, get into that interview for you. But before we do that, we want to play you some music. Kick this off with a band out of Nebraska called Through the Stone. Do we want to talk about this for a minute?
Yeah, these guys are awesome. I love the vocals. Female vocalist. She's got a lot of, carries a big presence. Mysterious, a lot of power. Definitely these guys are disciples of Sabbath. You'll know what we're talking about when you hear it. This is just good stuff.
Yeah, let's just get into this and talk a little bit more after. This is called Decisions.
Reality, so long through your ignorant mentality.
Right, Decisions by Through the Stone. And like you said, that's got that real kind of, all their stuff's kind of got a Sabbathy element, but it goes all over the place. It's kind of got...
Yeah, it's got the twin guitars and, that kind of thing.
The blues elements at times, the other kind of stonery elements at times. And like you said, her voice is just totally powerful. And it's cool because as the music throughout... I've listened to this album like a couple times recently, and it's phenomenal all the way through. And I think it's cool because her voice kind of changes with the music, the way the music changes. It's kind of she at times has that real old school Janis Joplin kind of vibe. And then at other times it's just this real intense, metal kind of sound that you wouldn't expect to hear from a woman.
Exactly. Well, and it's one of those things where, she kind of is scary, but I kind of dig it. So you guys need to check this band out.
Yeah, and musically it's phenomenal too, not just the vocals. So yeah, check that album out, Through the Stone. It's available on Spotify, and you can download it through them. Find them on Facebook. Once again, just Through the Stone. I think they're on Reverb Nation, Bandcamp, and all that stuff too. So definitely do yourself a favor and check them out.
Yeah, you won't be sorry.
And speaking of independent music, we thought we would throw a second song at you this week.
Why not?
Yeah, because there's not really rules here, right?
There's no rules. Once we get into rules and shit, then I don't know. It's getting kind of dicey. We want to do whatever we want to do.
And it's probably, we played someone from Nebraska, so you're probably twitching a little and thinking, we need to get some Oklahoma back up in here, right?
Yes.
So,
always.
So we've got a band out of Oklahoma, actually out of Stigler, which is a small town in eastern Oklahoma.
Mm-hmm.
And this band is called Reliance Code, and this song is called Come Alive.
Crazy in this town. Go and take another shot. Pop some things, what you got. Now it's time to go and rave. Best not get in my way. Not gonna fight tonight. Just want to live my life. One more chance to finally come alive. Come on, let's have some fun. The night has just begun. Get up now, everyone. Let's all get wasted.
Right there you go, Come Alive by Reliance Code. What do you think about this?
I like it. It's slick. It's anthemy, chunky. There's some good vocal stuff going on here. Really glad we got to play it and show some love to some Oklahoma guys. Just like you said, I was starting to twitch a little bit, but you saved me, so thank you for getting some Oklahoma stuff on here. We're proud to bring it to you guys.
Yeah, I like this. This sounds really, like you said, it's really well recorded. And not
Definitely.
only, it sounds like someone that you would hear like on a big level on Sirius or the radio or whatever. And it's really well written. And it's got that, polished kind of radio vibe at times, but it's also a step, heavier, kind of like your Tremonti or Ultra Bridge kind of thing, where it's a little bit, it's a step above that, so it's got a good clean thing you can get behind, but it's also got a heavy punch to it that really sticks out. And I think this sounds like a band that knows what they're doing, and hopefully they're well on their way to doing big things.
Yeah, very professional sound. These guys, a lot of weight thrown around on this song, and it's also catchy. You're going to remember it. So just can't wait to see what these guys, have on the horizon.
Yep. You can find that song on Reverb Nation, and also find them on Facebook, Reliance Code. Pull it up. Like them, follow them, support them.
Definitely.
And if you've got an independent band and you want us to play your song, send us an email at thethunderunderground@gmail.com, and we'd be happy to play it for you. Yesterday, Billy Sheenan admitted that the Eat 'Em and Smile David Lee Roth lineup is getting back together.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. This is funny. This is a thing I heard on the Trunk podcast a few days ago, and I meant to tell you about it, and I totally forgot. But you know how they were going to Steve Vai, Greg Bissonette, Billy Sheehan with Michael Starr from
Right.
Steel Panther. We're going to do a jam, right?
Yeah,
And it got canceled.
Yeah, when I think DLR was supposed to show up at that.
No, Steve Vai said DLR was there.
Yeah.
They were ready to go, and it got shut down, and no one even knew it.
But it was like a fire thing,
It was a fire code, and he said they were going to do Yankee Rose and Shy Boy, and it just got shut down. Right, they were on stage, getting ready to go, getting ready to pull the curtain back.
Wow.
And just think about all those minds that would have been blown.
Yeah.
But this is new. I didn't hear this. Did you hear something else new?
Well, yeah, apparently Billy Sheenan did an interview or just talked to someone from a David Lee Roth, like a fan website thing.
Really?
And he said that yes, sometime in 2016, which is the 30th anniversary, they will get back together. But he didn't say anything further, like if that means a one-off show or if that means a tour or what that means.
Well, like I said, when Vi was on Trunk's show, he said he definitely wanted to do it, but he never confirmed anything.
Right.
So that will be a big draw.
Yeah. Well, yeah, just think of that, because back then, I'm sure people knew, but when you look back at that, how phenomenal that lineup is.
Yeah.
Steve Vai, Greg Bissonette, and Billy Sheenan, it's like three guys that are at the top of their game and their respective instrument,
Exactly.
all in one band. It's like those Whitesnake lineups back then,
Yeah.
It's just insane.
Yeah, I mean, you can't get any better than what these guys are doing at their respective instrument.
Right.
So to have it come together again, like I said earlier, mind's blown.
And that leads us into all the rumors that's just another piece of the puzzle that means we might get a little Van Hagar action next year.
Yeah, what do you think about that?
I think it's going to happen. I know
Really?
some people think, Sammy said things. Of course, we know Eddie and Alex aren't, very cordial to past members, and it's just like with the David Lee Roth thing kind of already falling apart. It just seems like it's likely to happen because there's all these little things that have been happening. Like they're selling Michael Anthony merchandise on the website again all of a sudden. And they weren't doing that up until like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, didn't you say there was like a press photo come out?
Yeah, that didn't
with
include
just the three of them or whatever. No David Lee Roth.
Right.
Yeah.
So, hey, you heard it here maybe first, maybe second,
We'll see. It's just speculation. Yeah. We're just analyzing, and talking.
Right.
But that reminds me, kind of going back a little bit to a minute ago with Billy Sheehan. Did you see last night at the Tony McAlpine tribute show?
That the guitar got stolen?
No. Well, I don't know. Did it?
Yeah, some jerk off.
How the fuck can you do that?
Listen, it's a benefit for someone that has, cancer. That's
he has cancer and his wife has cancer.
And some jerk off stole one of Steve Vai's guitars at this benefit. Or
Good
right
Lord.
next door to the benefit or something.
That's terrible.
But sorry to interrupt you. I don't know what.
No, it was Billy Sheehan, Tom Morello, Mike Portnoy, and Richie Kotzen singing. They did Cochise by Audioslave.
Wow, no.
Yeah, I saw that this morning. I almost forwarded it to you, but they had a video of it. I haven't seen it.
Okay.
So you should go see that.
Yes.
And it'd be nice if that whole show was on YouTube, but who knows. Yeah. But yeah, that's terrible.
That's effed up, and it was like that. It was one of those one-off Vai guitars that had all the lights on the neck.
Oh God!
And so it's I don't know if he was planning to auction it or if it was just one of his special. What he had it with him, so he was either going to play it or auction it off.
Whoever stole this guitar, bad things will happen to them. It is just it is set in stone now.
Well, speaking of that, did you hear about Texas Hippie Coalition?
No.
Like by the time you hear this, it was this past week, someone stole Big Dad Rich's truck, like from the hotel they were staying at next to wherever they were recording or something. And his truck had like all their GoPro cameras and then it had John Exall's like a couple of his basses in it, or at least one bass. And then it had like, it didn't say what, but it said stuff pertinent to their new album. So that might mean files.
Oh, that sucks.
So who knows if that's what someone was going after? Or they were just trying to steal a nice truck. Might have been.
Yeah, it might be. You never know.
So they had a post saying if you're it was in Louisville, like North Texas or North Dallas.
Okay.
If you're in that area, to be on the lookout for this stuff at a pawn shop.
That's the worst.
Yeah.
People, stop stealing stuff. Stop taking stuff that's not yours, and just don't be assholes.
Hey, well, we assume these people aren't listening to our podcast.
Yeah, because assholes don't listen to us.
Right.
Exactly. I'm just saying,
Yeah. All right. Well, let's get into this Framing the Red talk right now, because we've got this interview we want to get to here in a couple minutes with Jamie. But before we do, just wanted to talk about this for a minute. We've seen them live a couple times, and they put on a great show. They're full of energy. They're a good Southern rock band. We talked about all that. They've got elements of hard rock, Southern rock, even a little bit of country feel in there at times, and it's just a good, kind of a party vibe.
Yeah, I think you hit the nail right on the head, and kind of like what we get into in the interview, we like all kinds of stuff, and you can go back and forth with what you like and what this guy likes and what's cool and not cool. But for us, where we're from, part of the country where we're from, and even more Southern, you can't get away from having a Southern vibe in you, a older country thing. You can deny it, but it's there. And that's what I like about these guys. They tap into that, but they also bring in modern rock, heavy stuff to it, and it makes for a pretty good sound.
Yeah, I think it's kind of a unique sound. They've got elements of other stuff you've heard, and they're not reinventing the wheel or anything, but they've got some elements that bring something together that's not real common, I guess is the right word.
True.
At least on radio and stuff like that. And they've had some success, a couple years ago with that song Country Band Man. And there's a great video for that on YouTube as well you can check out, and we talk about all that stuff as well. So you can look these guys up on Facebook and Reverb Nation, buy their music on iTunes, and they've got a couple new singles that came out in the past year that are both good songs.
Yeah,
American Made
and Whiskey and Weed.
Right.
Just a good time vibe. Just kind of forget everything for a little bit and crack open a beer and have some fun and listen to this stuff, because it really sets a tone for that. It sets a tone for a weekend, and it's just feel good stuff, and you can't deny that.
Oh, right, definitely. And they are making some changes, which he talks about in the interview. Jamie, who interviewed, is actually leaving the band here in mid-February, so he's got a couple months left in the band. But obviously, he's didn't just up and walk out. He's playing it out, so I think they're still on good terms. But he gets into all that, so
nobody's left hanging, and it's really cool that they're doing this the way they're doing it, it's just a great, we appreciate his willingness to talk about stuff and his transparency. It makes for a great conversation. So we really enjoyed it.
Yeah, and we recorded it before a show here in Tulsa at a venue, which is also a bar. So if you can just ignore the chatter you hear in the background.
Yeah, there were some good time Charlies back there, doing what they do.
Yeah, hey, you can't deny them.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. But Trent's worked his magic, and we think that it will come out sounding pretty decent for you guys.
Well, with all that being said, let's just get into this interview with Jamie Welch from Framing the Red.
Well, dude, that's what happened to us in Kansas City the other day. The place was packed until about 10:30 and 11. They started trickling out. We played at 11:45 to 1. Dude, may have been 20 people there left, man. It was like 100-something people when we first fucking got up there to play. It happens.
Yeah, that's what I always figured. That's the other thing. Why don't they have the band start at 8 or 9? Because it'd be a bigger crowd.
Yeah, especially on a weekday, man.
Yeah.
Weekdays are you have to do early shows, So she wanted us on a weekday, and we were coming through to Texas, so she let's do a Monday fun day. Like, all right, whatever. Let's do it, man. All right. Anyway.
Well, speaking of shows, you guys, looking back at your touring, you guys all the time. It seems like,
dude, we've been touring constantly for 3.5, going on 4 years now, and there for in 2013 to 2014, man, we did over 300 shows, and then 2015 we're going to be like 270 range. I have 2 dates I'm trying to fill. And, for the rest of this month on the way, actually tomorrow and the next day, but I doubt they're going to pan out. But, yeah, just normally we try to do 300 shows a year. That's what we try to do. You have to, man. You got to stay busy, man, because people forget about you if you don't, And the country's so damn big, dude. There's so many clubs you have to hit everywhere, It's just not enough days in the year, really. And to spend time with family and stuff like that, and write, record, and all that, man. That's why our new album hasn't came out yet, because we're on the road so damn much,
Right.
Constantly. It's just hard to find time to write, to go to the studio, to go spend time with family, and just get some downtime and some rest, It's grueling, man. It is. Definitely.
Yeah, that's quite a grind.
It is. Dude, I mean,
That's impressive.
you have to,
You don't
man.
hear that. You don't hear that from a lot of bands.
You're right, man. We know a few bands that do it as us, and the last time we played here, the band Wayland was with us. They do the same. Their motto is we're always on tour, and we kind of piggybacked off of them and saw that they started getting some success, and that's why not just because they own because they write good songs, but you can have the best album in the world if you don't tour it, then that's just a good album that nobody hears.
Yeah, no one's gonna do it.
Right. You hope somebody comes across it on iTunes or something. Yep. Definitely.
Well, speaking of the new one, it's pretty close to done.
Man,
I read something where you were like a song away
It's
recently.
the goal was 10 songs, and as a lot of people know, I'm leaving the band in February, so we were kind of at a standstill on what was I going to go to the studio and record another song and then leave, or are we just going to count it as a 9-song CD and maybe charge $9 instead of 10 or something on iTunes? We're kind of trying to figure out what is going to go on there. I'm down to go record because we have the song. It's just getting 4 or 5 more days into the studio on our time off before I leave in February, but I really haven't talked to the guys that much. I don't know. They may have other plans that I don't know about. They maybe want to go on and release it, or they may be bringing another guitar player in and adding another song. Honestly, I don't know, but I think we would probably go on and release it because it's been 2.5 years, man. It's way overdue. Everybody's asking for it, and a lot of bands are doing 8 and 9 songs now. So we're, we'll see. I really don't know, but it's as a 9-song album, it's almost ready. As a 10-song album, we're one away. So whether I'm going to go do it or they're going to get somebody else to go do it, that's up in the air. So as of right now, I don't really know the answer to that one. We're hoping for like next month release is what I would like. One more big like CD release party, but then I'll call it quits.
That's the thing for me that I've always talked about. Is I like a lot of these albums that go back to 8, 9 songs.
Yeah,
kind of like your Blizzard Laws.
Right, exactly.
In and out.
Yep, and then that's
awesome.
That's what we're trying to do too, man. We've always been one to try to bring back rock, not just the music rock and roll back in the 70s and stuff, but like their whole ethic. That's why we tour so much. That's the same way they did. They recorded an album, a real album back then, like a 35 or whatever, and hit the damn road, dude. That was all they did. And that's what we kind of, we're trying to bring back their work ethic, their live shows, their, 300 shows a year, and bring back good rock and roll. That's what we're trying to do.
Yeah, well, I've noticed, there's, I don't mean to be like all touching on what's going on in the world.
No.
A lot of messed up stuff going on, so.
We have a song about all this crap, too.
Yeah, I like the whole good time thing that you guys are trying to keep going. That's important in a way.
Yeah, we have a song that's going to be on the new album called Ride the Storm Out, and it's about, I used to be an ordained minister, believe it or not, and a youth pastor, and like we and Jordan were watching some stuff on TV with this preacher trying to sell you $25 holy water, and these people buy into that crap, dude. And I could claim to be a Christian, and I'm telling you that's garbage. You're spending $25 for some water this guy prayed over, and he's going to send it to your house, and you pour it on your head, and you're going to be healed, whatever. Well, then you got the next verse is about the lady on the TV filling us full of crap, and telling us what we want to hear to get our mind off of this crap that's going on. It's just bull crap, man. And in all this junk, we're trying to find, be thankful for the good things, trying to bring positive. So, there's, a lot of bands are finding this negative bullshit and they're capitalizing on that. That to me, that's kind of a low blow, and I feel like we should get away from that shit and try to bring, some kind of good out of this, So, that's pretty much what that song's about, and it's hard, too, whenever you get on Facebook and that's all you see is ISIS and racism and all this bullshit, It's hard to find the good in bad times, Definitely.
Well, it's good that you guys are doing that for sure.
Right.
Are the singles you released this year going to be on there?
Yeah, American Made and Whiskey and Weed, both of those are going to be on the new album. Yeah, they've been out. American Made's been out for a year now. Whiskey and Weed probably since April, so it's going on another year, for that one. But yeah, both of those will be on there, and the rest of the songs we'll play tonight. There's 2 songs that we probably won't play tonight. That's going to be on the new album. But we've been touring the new album. We sneak a few in here and there, and people. So far, man, like we have like the Crossroads song. There's a song called Jefferson City, and of course Whiskey and Weed. Man, people are they're digging it. They love it. They really, really, really like the new stuff. And Ride the Storm Out, dude. People are like, it's one of those good. You can't help but pat your foot or your head or whatever. That it's a good grooving song to me. So yeah, but those songs will be on there as well.
So is the vibe pretty similar to the first album?
Yeah, no, man. There's a couple of songs that we dug back into Jordan's old band, actually, before me and him got together. We took some old songs from back in like early 2000 that he wrote whenever he was like 15 or something, and we changed it up a lot, and we added some stuff in it, whatever. But it's got a 90s Fuel kind of vibe, back whenever Fuel came out, with Shimmer and Hemorrhage and stuff. It's got stuff like that, whereas the first album was mainly sex, drugs, rock and roll.
Yeah.
This one's got we're always going to be sex, drugs, and rock and roll. We're in a rock band, but this one, like Ride the Storm Out, we're touching on different topics. We've got 2 ballads on there now instead of 1 from the last album, Lay Down Beside Me. This one's got 2 kind of, not sappy ones, but they're definitely, love ballads, I guess. It's the same, it's grooving, we're rock and roll. You know, we're trying not to stray too far away, but we touched on a few different things that we don't want to get too far outside of our box. You know, like a lot of bands are doing, and some bands it's paying off. Some bands are like, God, what are they thinking? You know, like Disturbed, man. They had like 35 of the same albums, and then they finally came out with this new one. And to me, that they did a great job, man. They went back to their old roots, dude, and it sounds great. And that's kind of what we didn't want to get too far away, because that in our level, you can't do that. You know, we're not established enough to completely hop out of our box. You know, we're just trying to get in the box.
Yeah, then you can
Right, then we can do whatever the hell we want. You know, we have to give the people what they want. You know? And we're still staying true to ourselves, though. You know, we took plenty of time to write the thing. I think as the music has grown tremendously, you know, because we're a lot more seasoned musicians than we were 3 years ago whenever we released the Welcome to the Show album. So on that aspect, yeah, I think the music's killer compared to the last one. You know.
How did your guys' sound develop? Was it all you guys into the same kind of stuff, or was
no, dude? It's so
like someone in the country and someone in the rock.
Yes, exactly. I'm more of I like the older 60s and 70s rock. My favorite band is Creedence Clearwater Revival, which we got to play with John Fogerty and Sturgis this year is awesome. It was crazy. But then Jordan's more into the 90s stuff. You know, like, I don't know, Matchbox 20 and stuff like that. Whereas Mike, our bass player, he's into really heavy stuff. Our new drummer now, for the one we have now, he's Slipknot, Meshuggah, and stuff like that. He loves really heavy. He's a speed metal drummer is what he is. He's 17, too, as well. You know, but he's only 17 years old. But yeah, whenever we got together to write, it was even more different, even different compared to the first one, because back then, it was 5 of us going to the studio then, where we were all, one was in rap and hip hop, the other guy was into like jazz and classical music, Beethoven kind of classical stuff. But man, when we come together in the studio, like me and Jordan can say we want to write a song, and we can sit down right there at that table, and in 10 minutes we will have a song done. And it's so weird because we come from opposite genres of music, but it's just whenever we get together, dude, I don't know why, it doesn't take no time to write a song. And dude, like, there's hardly ever any time that we don't agree with what goes here, what goes there. It's just like, yeah, that's right. It's just so easy. But finding the time to sit down and do it is what takes so damn long, But when we do sit down and write, dude, it's magic to me. I've never played with other people that's so easy to collaborate with. We argue and fight over everything else, but when it comes to writing, no, we're all on the same page.
Well, where does the country influence come from? Is there any
Probably me. Now it's me and Jordan. We're from Mississippi. We're Southern boys. We're our bass player. He's from South Louisiana. He's a Cajun. We call him a coon ass, is what we call him down there. But like I said, he don't really care for country music that much. But me and Jordan were raised on it, and I don't mean Jason Aldean, Luke Bryan, and all this crap these days. Excuse me if you like them. They can't write their name, much less a song, but they have multi-millionaires that are writing songs for them. But anyway, we're talking about Willie Whalen, all the way up to like George Strait, Garth Brooks, Tracy Lawrence. To me, that's when good country died, was 90s, early 2000. After that, to me it's garbage. It's pop. They'll write a pop song and put one banjo in, or a violin or something, or steel guitar, and they say, "Oh, it's country." It's bullshit, is what it is to me. My personal opinion.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that the southern stuff the country comes from mine and Jordan's side. Well, like Whiskey and Weed is more of a Skynyrd / it's pretty much Poison's Every Rose Has Its Thorn on the guitar, with a Leonard Skynyrd solo is pretty much what that is. Sweet Home Alabama with Every Rose Has Its Thorn is what that song is.
Well, and that's the thing, is like, I don't think you can be from the South or even around here and not have some kind of country or southern.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's in us,
right?
Even though we like heavy stuff, whatever. there's
Yep.
always going to be old country that we
Well, if you didn't have the old country and even the old rockers like Chuck Berry and stuff like that, you wouldn't have what we have today. You know, the pioneers, they paved the way. To me, the first rock star was Johnny Cash. To me, I think, rock and roll is not just a genre of music. It's like a way of life to us. It's just like, screw y'all, I'm going to do what I want to do, and he did. You saw the movie, man. That's how it happened. Whenever he went to Sun Studios, that guy slammed the door in his face. We went to Sun Studios, and after we recorded the song and got the tour of the place and everything, we got the story, and they said it's exactly how it happened, man. They slammed the door in his face and told him to go on because he was horrible. He stuck to his guns, man, and just did what he wanted to do. And country music nowadays lacks that. Maybe they need to get a little bit of that attitude, and they can, they need to go through some shit in life to where they can have something to write about. They were born with silver spoons in their hand. Almost all of them did. Johnny Cash was dirt poor when he grew up in Arkansas. But yeah, like you said, it's hard. It's hard to not have some sort of country roots, to some certain extent.
Well, did you guys hear any response from anyone involved with Cash over your cover?
No, dude. We were kind of worried, man, because we have to buy the rights for it, so we figured it would get a little more attention, legal, but it never did, man. I mean, it nothing like that, but it was always just like the crowd favorite, and everybody just started. Whenever we started writing the album, we just got bombarded. Put this on the album. Put it on the album. Put it on the album. And it was either that or our cover of Zombie by the Cranberries. But we was like, of course. But then we're like, it's Johnny Cash. They're either going to love it or they're going to hate it. He's one of those you just don't screw with, But we did it anyway, and we went with it, and it paid off. We've made a lot of money. We've sold it a lot, on iTunes and the album and stuff. But we never got any kind of nobody from, I guess Johnny Cash Enterprise or whatever. We never heard nothing back, so I guess it's probably a good thing. It could be it could be devastation, man. But we thank God. Like I said, no news is probably good news on that situation. I don't know. We may later on, the way internet is today, because you have people that sit there and just, they scout the internet all day long looking for stuff like that, and they make sure you're legit and up to date on your royalties and stuff. So I hope we are. It's hard to keep up with, man.
Well, you mentioned earlier you're leaving. Are you? Yeah,
man. I'm February the 13th is going to be my last day, unless some things change in the band right now. But I don't see it happening. So it's probably, I'm going to go on and say it's going to be my last day. Just some personal differences, man. Nothing against them. I don't mean personal. I mean, I guess career differences. I want this, they want that, I don't agree, they don't agree, and we're just like, all right, it's, writing is not a problem. Being in the bus is not really a problem. I mean, being in the bus with 5 guys, no matter who they are, it gets aggravating at times. It doesn't matter if you're the best friends or worst enemies. It sucks, it has its good times, but it's just, I just want different things than they do. I want to go as far as I can, possibly. If I'm going to be gone from my kids, man, I feel like I need to make it as worth the sacrifice as I can, as much as possible. And they're kind of wanting to hang out at home a little more than I do. I want to go home and hang out at home, but as I said earlier, the level we're at, we can't afford that right now. Personally, in my opinion, I don't feel that we can afford to just take weeks and months off at a time, especially with this new album coming out, dude. That's the craziest thing I ever heard come out of their mouth. So let's drop this album and take a month or so break. To me, it don't make sense, but that's just, if a record label calls you, what's the first thing they're going to make you do? Record an album, put you on tour. And that's what I want to do. Yes, I miss my I have kids. I'm the only one with kids. I've been doing this for 5.5 years away from them. Jordan just got married, a few months ago. Will, our drummer, just got a girlfriend a few months ago. Our bass player's been his girlfriend for like a year or so. I want to go home, definitely. But we can't afford to. You go home, you're not really making any money, and as I said, you need to stay relevant because there's that other band that's right behind you waiting for you to get back, and they're going to slide right in, man, and people forget about you, Unless you're Motley Crue, you can take a 2-year hiatus, or Nickelback, or whoever. They can afford to do that. Until we get to that level, I don't feel that's career-wise, I don't believe it's a smart move. And I just kind of feel like I'm just spinning my wheels, I guess, you know, by staying and taking breaks and breaks. But maybe, you know, with me leaving and them taking a break, maybe some stuff will change, and maybe they'll come around to thinking, or maybe I'll come around to their way of thinking. You know, who knows? I'm not going to bash them. You know, at first we were all mad at each other, you know, of course, because we're just men and stupid. But we, you know, I'm not going to be mad at them. If they want to go home, that's fine. You know, I want to go and do other things, but I don't have anything planned. I don't have like any. I'm not going to another band or nothing like that. I've got other bands that, you know, because I manage our band, book our band, manage the money, the CPA, everything. I do all of that. So, and I have just tons of contacts, man. Now with over 5 years of doing it, playing with all these bands, you know, I know musicians across the country. I know bars across the country and promoters and stuff. So, you know, I'm going to use that. Definitely going to use it for future things. If I do hop in another band, I want it to be one that's at least where we are, or close to where we are, or even further. You know, I want one that's established, where I don't have to start from the bottom, man, because I'm 31. My kids are getting older. I'm definitely getting older. I'm starting to feel it now. You know, I had to quit drinking, man. Like, it was killing me, dude. Like, doing this 300 shows and waking up drunk every morning will kick your ass. I don't care how badass you are. I see why a lot of bands get on fucking drugs, dude. Like, thank God I never did, but it's there, and I know why. Because, dude, this will drain you, man. I'm telling you, it will. Bad, but yeah, I'm gonna step down until, you know, I'm gonna be here. I'm gonna finish out until February the 13th, because that's a every year I do a big festival. I mean, a event at home called the Hometown Throwdown. And it's for a sick child, you know, and it's huge. I mean, there'd be over 1,000 people at our hometown at this big show. So figured, why not? You know, that would be a good. I'll be home. They can take their however long of a break they're wanting to take. They will be home, and, you know, they can go our separate ways and stuff like that. So we'll see, man. You know, I don't want to leave by no means, but I just feel career-wise and family-wise, I think I need to. You know, I mean, it's 5.5 years. You know. It's time to shit or get off the pot.
Right.
Definitely, man.
Well, on a brighter note, I guess the Country Band Man video.
Yeah.
I wondered. You see so many videos, and you figure, well, they look cool, but that's probably a lot of work. But you look at that video, and I think, was that as fun as it looks as it was?
Dude,
recording
it was all just by fate. The song, for one, wasn't even supposed to be on the album. That was fate in itself. But it got put on the album and then instantly blew up. You know, instantly blew up overnight. And then we never thought, to me, whenever the song was being written, it was just a beer drinking, stupid party song, whatever. And we never thought that it was going to be as big as it did. But making the video, man, we hired a guy from Baton Rouge in some kind of film academy down there. He charged us like $600 or something. Strapped on a bunch of GoPros to some broomsticks, and you can see him sometimes in the video if you look close enough. And when we got there, it was not planned to be a big mud party at all. It was the opposite. We wanted the big trucks to roll in. We wanted the hot girls and stuff like that. Well, the landowner, we were on some deer hunting land. The landowner specifically said, nobody rut up my yard. We were on a big, huge deer food plot, about 50 acres. Huge. And he's like, don't rut my place up, blah, blah, blah. Well, it flooded the entire night before the video, up until 11 o'clock that morning. And everybody showed up, and we're just like, damn, man, like, what do we do? And the rain finally stopped. Well, dude, it's like, as soon as the rain stopped, the landowner in his big, like, humongous monster truck comes just doing donuts through his on land, and everybody's like, woo, started getting drunk and just hopped in their four-wheelers and their cars and their trucks and stuff, dude. Like, there was RVs flying through there and stuff that didn't make the video, man. Like, and people just went nuts, dude. And the guys like start filming, and he just started strapping on the GoPros, and dude stuck them to four-wheelers and just shot video for hours and hours of us just tearing shit up, dude. And then the next morning we woke up and done a few of the little scenes walking through the woods and all that stuff, and it literally was just, he just filmed what was going on. You know, there was nothing staged besides the live shot. You know, we had to play the song 5 million times, but dude, after that, dude, like, you know, everybody was just doing whatever they wanted to do, and he just filmed it, and a week later he sent us the edited version, and we kept exactly what he sent us. It was cool. Just like a graveyard of ATVs and trucks and RVs and cars the next morning, dude. It was horrible. But, like I said, it all just happened by the mere fate. The guy getting drunk that day and just driving through his own property, and everybody just went at it, dude. But it was fun.
Yeah, if it hadn't rained and got flooded, it would have been a
It
whole
would have,
different thing.
and it may not have gotten. Dude, it's at 1,100,000 views or something like that, dude. It's insane. It's crazy. We can't make a penny off of it because we didn't know when we were making the video to monetize it to get paid. We had to get permission from all these companies. We have Chevy, Ford, Dodge, GMC, Budweiser, Bud Light, Natural Light, all this crap, guitar companies and everything. We didn't know. So now we got this music video that we would have made $20,000 to $30,000 off of, and we was just, hey, the numbers look good. We would have made bank off of that video by now, dude. A lot of money. Oh well, it was fun, dude. It was definitely an experience. But that's where it was in my hometown, and that's how we lived. Friday and Saturday night, we were tailgating on the back of in a mud hole somewhere at a bonfire, drinking beer, and that's exactly how we lived down there. There was no bullshit on that. That's how things go down south. Definitely, it's fun, dude. Definitely.
Were you you guys played Rocklahoma this year?
Yeah, we
You
played it
first night, right?
We played it 2012, 13, 13, 14, and 15. Yeah, we played Thursday night, and we were worried. The Sunshine, the lady over Access, was like, just trust me. And man, it was, I don't know if y'all were there, but it was slam packed, dude. It was a great crowd. It was the best crowd we've had at Rocklahoma, definitely.
So you were out of there before the mud, though?
Yeah. Oh yeah, dude. We left and we were in Iowa by the time Hailstorm was playing and got shut off, and the floods came. Yeah, it was crazy. Yeah, we played Thursday and went north. Thank God. It worked out perfect for us, man. Perfect for us.
It was not.
I heard that it was. Videos and shit. I've seen a lot. It was bad. A lot of pissed off people. But hey, that's what you
we still
get.
had fun.
Yeah.
Sit out there and drink. What do you?
I don't think it's going to affect sales for this coming year. It happens. That's the first time in 3 years that we played that it even rained. It never even sprinkled. So.
But you just make the best of it. Our tent was flooded. Sleep in the car.
Right. Exactly. Go fishing or something.
That's all right.
Yeah. We're scheduled to do it again. I don't know. I don't know the future plans of. I know they're saying they're going to get another guitar player, and they're booking shows for April and May. So I'm guessing they are. I really couldn't tell much on that end. Now they may. You may can talk to them, but they may answer some stuff. I don't know. I don't know how they feel about speaking about the future. I know they were putting on Facebook that they're going to make some announcements next month, I believe, about 2016. So apparently there's something they got planned. So I don't know. We don't really talk about too much of that because we just want to kind of keep the we're going to have to talk about it closer to the time of me leaving. We got some legal stuff we have to do, but I'm guessing they're saying they're going to keep going, so maybe they have somebody. I don't know yet. They have 2 months, so I don't know. I hope it does. I would hate for all this time that I put in it to go to waste, because I definitely believe in Framing the Red. I've got it on my body. I've been I've sacrificed my family for it. I've fought and bled for it, so I'm hoping that it continues on. Maybe one day later on, like I said, I might come back if they ask. I'm not going to just come and ask them to come back. If they want me to, I will, if things change. After they get their home time out of their system and their wives get tired of them being home. I know how that is. I was married. I gave up a wife for this band. I know how it is. I was married one time and divorced because of this band, so it'll happen. The news is going to wear off, and they're going to get tired of them being up their butts all day long. Yeah.
I got a final question for you.
Yep.
You mentioned the money thing from YouTube. What do you think about Spotify? You guys have like 300,000 some listens.
Yeah, man. Spotify. You don't make it. Right? You don't make as much as you think, dude. Like iTunes, you normally get 70%. Say if we sell it for $10, we get $7. They get $3, and which is good.
Yeah.
Whereas if you're signed to a record label, you sell your album for $10, you get 20 or 30 cents. The record label gets $10 pretty much. There was once a thing I saw that James Hetfield from Metallica was talking about how they, at one point in time, were the highest paid band per album sale of all time, and they made like $1.10 an album, and that's when CDs were like $19.99 for a brand new one.
Yeah.
Now you can barely sell them for $9.99. So I'm sure they're not making that much now. But yeah, like things like the worst is Pandora. They are fucking whores. They will rape you. Like we don't even. If we get on there, fine. I've never even wasted my time to fill the form out to get on there. Because I mean, yeah, people can listen to it. They're like, and which is cool. But the money wise, you don't make anything off of it. I mean, fractions of a penny per every 3 or 4 months. You know, we're talking to some of our other friends and bigger bands that are like selling like thousands and thousands and thousands of streams or whatever every month that are like getting $4 or $5 checks.
Yeah.
You know, whereas our online sales, Amazon, iTunes, Spotify, Rhapsody, and all that, that pays for our bus note every month. You know, like we do pretty good on, but it's iTunes and Amazon. Those are the two best ones. Like I couldn't even tell you what Spotify makes us. You know, but a lot of people do listen to it on us, listen to us on there, and it is I guess it's beneficial because you know some people find out about us because we're suggested on their Spotify channel or whatever. You know, so I guess maybe it is in the long run it is beneficial, but money wise, no, I don't remember seeing a dime come from Spotify. Because we get a list every month of what where it comes from, and it's 99% is Amazon and iTunes. And iTunes so far has been great to us. We've never had a problem at all. And like I said, we're getting 77% of our album sales. That's the beauty of doing it all on your own. You know, like I manage the whole thing. We don't have any booking agents. We don't have managers. We don't have financial people. Like we're doing it ourselves. Now the first 2 years was fucking hectic. We didn't know what we were doing, but we lived and we learned. And like I said, we're making all the money pretty much. We don't have any middlemen, you know, at all. Whereas, like I said, if we sign to a major record label and they put out an album, you know, we have to go record an album. We're slaves to those people, you know. And that's how it goes. You make your money from shows. Then, right now, we're making our money from that damn merch table and whatever, you know, the online album sales. Because shows, people think we're just rolling. Yeah, we got a really big, nice bus, whatever. We have a really big, nice loan note that we have to pay every month, too. We have good gear, but that's because we got endorsements and we still took out loans to buy that shit, you know, like. It's people think we're just rolling in the money. We're not, man, by no means. This is the wrong business unless you're a record label executive or something, you know, like. We don't make no money, dude. We make money to stay on the road pretty much and pay our bills at home. That's it. If we break even at the end of the month, we're happy. And that just started happening within the last 6 or 7 months. You know, dude, I sold my 401k, tires off my truck, guns, guitars, sold some of my hunting shit just to stay in the band. You know. Because like I said, I was married, house, kids, truck notes, and stuff like that. You know, child support. It takes a lot, man, and it's tough. But I've had fun. You know, definitely I've lived my dream. I can say that. You know, and it's all because our fans are amazing. You know, I said the online album sales pay for ourselves. Our fans pay for the bus. You know, our fans they clothe my kids, feed my kids, you pay my bills at home. You know, so we'll be forever in debt to them. You know, and if Framing the Red flops after I leave, or if it blows up, whatever, you know, we've all lived our dream. We've played with Skinner, Motley Crue, Guns N' Roses, whoever you can think of. We've played with them. We've seen Statue of Liberty. We've seen the Grand Canyon and everywhere in between, dude. So we've had a great run in the last 5.5. Well, me and Jordan, 5.5 years, you know. And even the new guys, we've seen a lot, you know, and it's because of our dedicated and kick-ass fans, man. So me personally, I definitely am in debt to them forever, you know. So that'd be my last thing, is to say thanks to the fans for everything.
That's right, they keep it going. Yeah.
Hell yeah, they do. They're our lifeline, man.
Right on.
Definitely.
We'll hope it works
Thank
out
y'all,
for you.
dude. Thank y'all for doing it. Yeah, man. I hope y'all see me again soon.
Right there you go, Jamie from Framing the Red. Good talk. He talked about a lot of different stuff, went into, you know, some interesting stuff, and cool to, you know, hear someone talk about, you know, Poison and Johnny Cash in the same podcast. So
That's right.
yeah,
And Meshuggah.
yeah, yeah, and that's you know, it's like we said, they're a good live band. They're, you know, a fun time band. Just, you know, check these guys out when they roll through your town, because like we talked about early in that interview, they will roll through your town at some point. They're around all the time. They tour they heavily tour, which is commendable, that they're busting ass and making it happen, and they've had a slow progression, over the last few years to get to where they're at.
Yeah, always playing out and always playing your neck of the woods. So you have no excuse to not see these guys.
Yeah, so thanks again to Jamie for taking the time to do that with us, and we really appreciate it. And a few episodes ago, we mentioned that we had Tony, the lead singer from Seasons After, coming up, and I had some computer issues, computer malfunction, I guess you could say, whatever, where I lost a lot of files, and that was one of the files, along with our interview with Doyle that we were going to bring you eventually as well. And so I'm working on that. Hopefully we can get those back up and get them out for you. So you might hear Seasons After coming up, but if not, that kind of sucks because, they took the time out to sit there and talk to us, but these things happen, right?
Yeah, these things happen. You never can predict what's going to go on. Seasons After was a good one, so I hope we can work it out. The Doyle one was great, so we're hoping that we can work that one out too. Just hang with us.
Yeah, definitely. And in the meantime, dig back through our previous episodes. We've got 30 plus episodes now for you to dig through, and they're all on SoundCloud.com/Thunder-Underground. We've got, great stuff with Kirk from Crowbar, Wino from The Obsessed and Spirit Caravan, Joey Allen from Warrant, Mike Ariza from the Frank Hannon Band.
That's right.
We've got heavy stuff like Kyle from Battlecross, and then we've got Richie Cavallera from Insight. We've got Kyle Shutt from The Sword.
Just all kinds of stuff. We got some great local guys, Severmind, Driver, Dave Cantrell. So really, there's something for everybody. So definitely go back and give these episodes a listen.
Yep, thethunderunderground.com. Everything is on there as well. We've got links to all our social media. We're on Facebook, we're on Twitter, we're on Instagram, and we're on YouTube. So be sure and hit all those up, like us, follow us, tweet us, email us at thethunderunderground@gmail.com if you've got a band and you want us to play your music. We'd love to do that as well. Or just email us if you've got any thoughts or critiques or anything off what we've brought to you recently.
That's right. We'd love all your input. We love all the positive stuff, and if you have negative stuff, you can really just go to hell. Just kidding. Just kidding. Right. We want it all, so anything's good. Just drop us a line, good or bad. We love it.
Until next time, we'll have, what do we got coming up? We've got our Best of 2015 episode.
That's going to be a good one.
Which should be probably the week after next, the week of New Year's Eve. I think we're going to try to throw that up. So be on the lookout for that. And be on the lookout for other great, exciting things in the year 2016.
That's right. Thanks for listening. My cat is staring into my soul right now. I think he's ready to go.
Right.
Or he's just going to kill both of us. So we should probably sign off.
All right. So until next time, if we make it, if the cat lets us out alive, we'll see you with episode 35.
See you later.